The Atari just recently revealed their Ataribox design and what it looks like. And what were your initial impressions of the Ataribox?
I like the way it looks. That's just my own personal opinion, though.
What about the way it looks? It looks extremely odd.
I think it looks slick. It doesn't look like... I don't think it's going to be as big as some of the consoles right now. It didn't look like it.
It looks like an external hard drive to me. Like an artsy external hard drive.
Yeah, I can see that. But
it looks like a black Ruffles potato chip.
I like the way it looks.
I would want to eat.
Is that what you're going to do?
I'm going to eat my Ataribox. Yes.
Okay.
But there's two editions, though. There is the old school wood grain, which I'll be able to eat that, some wood edition, or the black and red edition. And Mo, which edition would you?
Black and red.
You like the black and red?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Rich, what was your initial impressions of the Ataribox?
I don't know why we're talking about this. That's my impression.
Because Ataribox is the future.
There's nothing announced. We don't know what they plan to put on the thing. We haven't seen anything. There's no price. There's no release window.
We're just talking about the design of it. The look of the console.
Okay, well, I can tell you about a dream I had last week, too. It's going to mean as much as this.
How was that dream?
It wasn't as wet as you probably want it to be.
Wet or hard?
Yeah, sorry. It's just I was saying a standard dream.
I don't want to hear it.
Wasn't going for salacious content.
Because if you watch our previous segment video that we did about the Atari, which we do apologize that the Atari Jaguar was not $900.
Correct, I apologize.
When it was released.
I was wrong.
So actually, it's funny because if you take that price, what it was then, what it is now, it's about close to $500, $600. And that's with...
Is that fake news or is that a fact?
No. What inflation? Mm-hmm. That's what the inflation... That's how much it would have cost. So
I'm getting a good deal on my Xbox One X is what you're saying.
It's probably going to be way... it's probably going to be way better than the Ataribox. But I'm just
two discussions
the
there.
Inflation.
But I'm just going to bottom line it. No, neither one of these needs to be purchased by any person.
So with the reveal, they said the Ataribox will bring both current and classic gaming content that contains modern internal specs. The objective is to create a new product that stays true to our heritage while appealing to both old and new fans of Atari. I don't even know what new fans of Atari there are, or even would become fans of Atari.
I don't know what any of that means. It's so vague. Is this a new console? I mean, are they trying to compete with PlayStation?
Bring both current and classic gaming content.
Okay, so it's got emulators, but I mean, as far as the new content, is it supposed to be a home version of the Game Boy built by this company, or is it supposed to be on par with the Xbox One and PS4?
The CEO stated they're gonna slowly make announcements of the Ataribox, so
they stay in the news. It out.
So they stay in the news.
They're doing it bit by bit.
Yeah.
It's funny you say bit by bit because it is about a 4-bit machine. Is what I'm thinking.
So they revealed. They talked about it during E3 that they're making an Ataribox. Now they revealed it. Then they'll reveal more in the future. It does feature an HDMI port, 4 USB ports, and an SD card slot for the Ataribox. As we can tell, Rich is very excited for this console.
It's not okay. I don't mean to be a downer. It's not about the brand. It's that this is an Atari, but okay, I'll get over that. This isn't news. There's nothing to talk about. This is the talking about potential stories sometime in the future. This is the antithesis of wish fulfillment. There's nothing here. This is vaporware. Maybe it'll become something, but right now it's an idea. And just because someone made a prototype, there's no guts in it. It doesn't play anything. There's no games. Have they signed any contracts with development studios? Because last I heard, Atari doesn't make anything anymore. It's a brand that's been shopped around from multiple different companies. They're not even developing things themselves. So who is making any kind of content? Or who's even making the emulator to play their previous content? And do they still own the rights to those licenses? So this is nothing.
He did state he's trying to look for the whole licensing thing and trying to get something signed on.
This is what it is. It's a credit scam. He's basically trying to puff you up so that when he launches the crowdfunding thing, or he goes to a bank and says, look at how many shares I have on Instagram and Facebook and my Twitter feed. We've got all this groundswell of support. Now will you give me my $50 million loan to go into production on this thing? That's what they're trying to do. But it's because they don't have anything. This is all bullshit.
So let me get back to my original question.
Sorry.
Rich, what did you think of the design of the Ataribox?
I think it looks like garbage, but I don't think that's the final design because I don't think there will be one. And I don't think there should be one.
I don't know if I asked what the future is or what type of games are going to be on the console. But thank you for including that input.
I like the design. For me, I like the design.
I understand.
If it was a legitimate machine, if it was, because it's still, they're still trying to lay down groundwork, and if there even is any, but if there is, I like the way it looks. If it was a real machine and they had some potential, which I'm sorry to say, yes, there is none right now, but we're talking about the design.
But it's got an HDMI port. Like, that means anything.
It has 4 USB ports.
For USB ports.
I'm
SD card slots.
exactly.
Wow, SD technology?
Yes.
Wow.
SD card slot. Add some more games.
If you tell me that this thing comes with an AC power converter, you've got my money right now.
The AC adapter.
Wait, doesn't the Switch use SD card ports or what the?
Dude, I haven't played my Switch since day one.
Oh, well, there you go.
No. Maybe.
There you go.
I don't care.
Never mind.
I know it has a storage you can add more memory, but I don't care about it.
Right.
If it does or not. I don't know what half of my Switch does. I just want to play Mario Kart.
It veers to the left, last I heard.
Yeah, veers to the left. So, moving on about the Ataribox. So they just revealed we'll get more information because that is big news. The Ataribox, big news. I'm gonna add a 4th console into my living room. I cannot wait to have a 4th. I'm gonna run out of space. I'm already out of HDMI ports. I don't know where I'm gonna put all my HDMI. I'm gonna have to add some more room up
at
here.
least you won't have to wait in line for it.
I'm gonna wait longer for the SNES Classic than any other console ever.
I'm just saying.
But so that's the Ataribox. My feeling is it's a unique look. The ripples looks a little odd to me, like on top. But I love the wood grain. I think that looks actually very cool. If I had to choose, I like the black and red, but I would go with the wood grain. Go with the old school.
Kind of keep it classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it classy, Mo. I'm keeping it classy. So this is gonna lead as to our favorite and least favorite console designs of all time. So let's go with our. Let's go with. We'll stay with Rich here. We'll stay with the negative.
Okay.
We'll stay with the negative
And go into the positive.
and go in the positive. So what
You
is
just
your?
want to bring out the prop already.
No. So what is your Mo? What is your least favorite video game console design ever?
Mine, believe it or not, it's an Atari. But this is one that not a lot of people know of. It's the XEGS. It was just
$1,100, I remember.
It's $900. I think every Atari was sold for $900.
$17,000.
That thing was ugly.
You're still making payments off it, right?
It was so ugly. No, I traded in my car for it.
You're trading.
No, it was ugly. The thing was almost like its own computer, kind of like the Commodore was doing at that time. It was an 8-bit machine. But you just like they did with the Jaguar, where you were starting to add peripherals and all this shit to it. I can't say that it was a bad machine as far as for the games that it had. You can attach a keyboard to it. Mm-hmm. You can add a printer to it. But where the ports were...
Are these true facts or is this...
No, this is a true looking thing. Okay. Like, you had to attach it. They would have some in the back, some on the side, some coming diagonal. It was just fucking weird, the way that you would attach everything. If you look at this thing, it just... The attachments were fucking horrendous. Like, little tiny spaces, and you gotta fucking shove it in there.
Ooh, I like that.
Relax. But
tiny spaces, you gotta shove it in there.
I think it was ugly. That thing, if you ever look it up, the Atari XEGS, fucking ugly. I hated it, but it wasn't a bad machine for its time. I don't think they had a lot of games, and that's of course what would set it down. But
And Rich, what was your least favorite console design?
Grab it.
What, you looking at me?
Yeah.
Looking at me?
I already gave it away. You got a prop. That's it right there.
The Nintendo GameCube
Yeah.
with the holder in the back. So when I carried around to my friends'
But you did it all the time, right?
yeah, absolutely. Carried on like a little pail.
Did you have
Put
a
my
fanny
lunch in
pack
it.
while you were doing the same thing, too?
Did have my fanny pack and
That's
my
what
Power
you
Ranger
need.
backpack.
You need to Photoshop that in with The Rock, with that old picture of him with the fanny pack and the...
And at the very bottom, I have my Game Boy player at the bottom that connected. I was able to play the Game Boy Advance games through my GameCube. So what was so bad about this design? What did you not like about the GameCube?
It looks cheap. It just was ugly. Now you had at least had the better paint job because it's the standard
The black?
one was the purple one, and then it's got the proprietary that really tiny disc. When everybody else had moved on to at least a CD player, if not a DVD player, what did they have? Not even a fucking CD player. They had their own disc, which is again that's where I start having my problem with Nintendo is you want everything to just go through you. It's that Apple mentality. They're nice looking products, but you can't modify them. You have to go through their stuff. There's no market for anybody to barter with. It's just take it or leave it kind of thing. I don't like that thinking. There's no ingenuity. So this just looks cheap, and I think that it's off-putting. It just does not look. The controller was so bad too.
The controller is a little odd.
And then remember the Wavebird? That was even worse. We're trying to get...
Wasn't that the first wireless controller?
Yeah.
One of the worst wireless controllers? Yep. The Wavebird. So my least favorite console design, I don't want to burn your eyes anymore, so I'll take this off for you, Rich. My least favorite is actually one of the latest consoles is the Xbox One. And the original one. Again, I don't have the Xbox One S. I know the Xbox One X is the smallest console. It comes out in November. But the Xbox One is fucking huge. It's just a huge fucking square box. It looks like a VCR to me. It looks like a VCR. There isn't anything creative about the design. The original Xbox, that probably have it in the corner, that's a huge machine. But I love the X on top. I thought the X looked cool. Well, the Xbox One, it's clean. Like one half is clean, the other has like small little ripples on the second half. Yeah. I just don't like it looks clean, but it doesn't look like a game. It's just a box, and they just put all the guts in it, and that's it. I know the Xbox One S is a more miniature version. Looks like a square, and looks like the Xbox One X is a little square as well, but smaller.
Do they have like the ripple on the side though? I always think it was all flat. You know what I mean? I don't think that they had like that rippling effect on the side. You know how you said it was
on the
like,
S or the
on the S? Yeah.
I didn't see
I'm not
it.
sure.
I've
never seen the S, but the Xbox One is my least favorite console design. So that's the negative. Let's end with positives. Mo, what is your favorite console design?
So I couldn't make up my mind between two of them, and that's I like the way the PS4 looks. I think it's clean. When I saw the light up in the middle as the power settings for you, whether it's on standby or on or loading up or whatever, I thought that was a very unique touch for
It's my nightlight when I play in the dark. Because I am scared of the dark, so it's my nightlight with my controller, which is nice.
Between those, but I was a big fan of the Dreamcast. I thought it was not a bad, simple machine. It was
just
nice.
the console, not talking about the controller.
The console,
yeah, which is what
nice
we're talking about.
looking machine. Simple, nothing crazy. You know, not even that huge. It was probably the same size as almost the GameCube, but just wider. It wasn't as tall, the height. So I enjoyed the Dreamcast.
So it was thicker.
A little bit, yeah. No. If you were talking about Atari, because we're still in the subject of Atari, it would have to be the 7800. I thought that was their cleanest, smallest machine that they had.
Until the Ataribox, which is releasing. It's official. It is releasing.
Until the Ataribox. But 7800.
Please don't write any comments. All right, no price. Well, there's no release date. Price is $900, but no release date for the Atari box.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm joking.
But yeah, 7800. That's the one. So
Atari 7800.
Mm-hmm. I went through a few Ataris. I had 2600. I think what was the one after that? The big bulky one was the 5200, something like that.
Was the Dreamcast similar to the PlayStation, where it opens up above?
Yeah.
And once you hit it, and then the flap opens up, you put the game in.
It was silent too. It was quiet. I don't remember ever having.
Which the PS4 is not.
It's not.
Silent.
It sounds like it's taken off.
Which Rich said the Xbox One is quiet because PS4 is a fucking jet plane.
Yeah.
Taking off, I feel like it's being overheated. And Rich, what is your favorite console design?
360, I think.
Why the 360?
I don't know. It just looks a little bit sleeker. I don't know. It seemed to have form and function. The stuff
has what function?
Form and function. So like.
Oh, okay.
You know how you could prop it up on the side if you wanted to fit it that way. The venting is good on the whole thing. It's not an eyesore. I wasn't a fan
until the Red Ring of Death.
They needed to fix something there. No, but we talked about the faceplates again before we started. But I wasn't a fan of that. But that was a novel invention, you know.
I always thought they looked like a brick computer that they use in offices.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. But it's nice and convenient. It's not huge. It's it's not like a big overbolting machine like the first Xbox. No. It's shorter. The Xbox One is bigger than that, right? Because I haven't seen one. Yeah. Xbox One.
Xbox One's huge.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
I think it's it's appropriate size.
I'll sell it to you for $100.
I'm good.
$99.
No, I don't want one.
Because of the broken controller too.
Yeah, shit. Come on, man. Not supposed to remind him.
Yeah, not gonna buy it for $100. Sorry.
$99. $1.
You're selling it to me for $1. No. I'll take it off your hands.
So my favorite console is also the Xbox 360 with my amazing faceplate that I have in front. And that's the reason why it is my favorite console, Rich, is it looks great on its side and vertical as well. So wherever you're trying to get into your console center where the games where it looks great. Where other consoles, like it's supposed to be vertical and you can put it horizontally, it doesn't look as good, or it's supposed to be horizontal, you can't put it vertical, but this was designed to look great both ways, horizontal and vertical. And the faceplate, yes, I jumped in on the bandwagon, and I got this faceplate on launch day of the 360. I got a launch plate, and I remember they were making a big deal, like, oh, customize, that's what the future. So I thought it was a pretty cool idea that I actually can customize my actual console. So I'll give it credit. It didn't catch on, it died very quickly. But I'll give them credit for being able to customize, have that a part of it. But I do love the look. It's sleek as well compared to the regular Xbox and even the Xbox One. So the Xbox 360 is my favorite console design. Please let us know in the comments below what you feel about the Ataribox design and which console is your favorite looking design and your least favorite out of all the consoles.